You have no enemies. A popular quote that the owners of our world have interpreted as literal. But this quote is far more nuanced, and in order to explore it, we need to look at the context in which this was said. When Thor says this to Thorfinn, they are living in a society where war is celebrated, and where children spend their free time playing as soldiers, which begs the question, why do they desire war? And the answer is that it provides them two things, pride and glory. Pride stemming from physically dominating another person through the act of killing, and glory through the wealth they accumulate from plundering. So when Thor tells Thorfinn that he has no enemies, it means that Thorfinn shouldn't seek pride nor glory, as it inevitably means looking for enemies, for people to hurt. But this desire isn't just something restricted to the past, or even to fiction. To this day, we still search for this, and you have probably even participated in it, through what we now call competitive gaming. PvP games provide that feeling of pride and glory as well, but through different outcomes. Pride coming from things like getting an ace or clutching, and glory from the victory or ranking up. Now of course, the difference between killing someone in the video game and killing someone in real life is incomparable, but this simply shows that the desire for enemies is innate and is actually important. And to understand why, we need to examine the idea of an enemy. We can view the idea of an enemy as analogous to the word problem. And when you have a problem, then you need a solution. And it is the pursuit of that solution which becomes purpose. In other words, enemies become our purpose. This is why when Askeladd died, and hence Thorfinn losing his enemy, he also lost his purpose and felt empty. And it wasn't until he gained a new enemy did he regain his purpose, this new enemy being Mother Nature. Because in order to gain what he wanted, a field of wheat, he had to destroy what was already existing, a forest. He's still taking one type of life away in order to foster another type of life that is to his benefit. This idea I will explore further in another video, which is why it is not so much that we don't have enemies, but we simply shift it around and moralize it in different ways. However, we can also see the opposite philosophy of having no enemies, which is anyone can become an enemy, and is embodied by Canute. And this philosophy is very detrimental to the mind, as it results in Canute poisoning his brother, even though it is clear that they share a strong bond, and would very likely be able to rule together. Instead of seeing a world of him and his brother, it is a world of him or his brother. And by holding on to the idea that there cannot be two kings, he has to do something that he doesn't want to do, and these decisions weigh on him heavily, manifesting in the form of King Sweyn's severed head. Overall, this quote should be viewed as advising against pursuing pride and glory, as it creates enemies not only externally, but also internally. Externally by wanting to steal or sabotage other people's efforts, and internally when it manifests as self-loathing, such as when you fail, or through overworking, when you are succeeding. Because when you see life as a PvP game, then someone has to lose. But when you see life as a PvE game, then everyone gets to win.